Kitagata Hot Springs. I know most of us have probably been there, or we've read it somewhere in our geography books, or we've heard it from friends, we've heard stories, or we've seen pictures. But today I bring you the hot springs, Kitagata in western Uganda, and I'm going to be telling you briefly how you can access Kitagata Hot Springs in western Uganda. So let's say you're coming from Kampala. If you're coming from Kampala, you could go through Masaka, Lyantonde, Mbarara, Bushenyi, Ishaka, and then when you reach Ishaka, you take your left, not your right, because when you take your right, you're headed to Kasese. So when you take your left, you're somehow headed to Rukunjiri, but then you're able to access Kitagata Hot Springs via Rukunjiri Road. Here is the Kitagata Hot Springs. Apparently, they don't allow photography and videography around people because 90% of the people in the water are naked. So you're not allowed to take any pictures, else you sacrifice yourself for some beat-ups. People get in this water, it's actually very, very hot. There's a section where it's boiling. As it's boiling, it's kind of flowing into another section that is a bit cold. So when the two mix, the water gets warm, and that's where people sit. It is believed that people get healed from skin diseases, and they believe it gives, they also believe that it brings good fortune, or if you've been cursed or you're tormented by demons, they believe if you went into that water, you're able to get your healing. Those are all myths, but some people definitely get their they are definitely getting their healing from there. So why not take that chance, get into that water, and get healed? However, I must say I was a bit disappointed. It's not taken. It's kind of abandoned. It's not looking good at all. It's dirty. The whole area is dirty. It's a mess, a total mess. It is smelly. I know I'm not a fan of privatization, but in this case, I believe Uganda would be earning more money if they privatize this place, because it's just left to everyone, anyone, and yet they charge entrance fees. So I'm wondering, okay, that is salary probably for people who keep the gate, maybe, but other than that, the place is not maintained at all, which I found very wanting. And these are the trading centers around it near the entrance. As you can see, really, there's nothing much. Like, I was excited to go to Kitagata. I thought it was a big deal then reaching there. But it's worth it. I mean, it's nature, partly. So if you want to get there, you could lower your expectations, but you could do it as an adventure. Go out, check in the water. You could even touch the water. It's boiling hot, by the way. The point where it's boiling, it's real hot. But the myth of people boiling eggs there, apparently it's not as true. That's what the locals say, but you could try it. I'd mentioned that you could access it through Bushenyi, but also you could access it from the other side of Rukunjiri. If you're coming from Bara and then you take Rubare, Ntungamo, now before you reach Rukunjiri, you could turn off and get to Kitagata Hot Springs. So you have two ways of accessing it. Or if you're coming from Kasese, you could also access it from Kasese via, what is that place called? Near the National